Charlie Murphy, Freez Luv, 2BigTV.com. Check it out.
From 2BigTV.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Murphy!
The street walkers, only fatigues, brothers born with Vietnamese.
Man, I actually read in the book today that, you know, people that were your parents and your parents' age.
You mean people that were my parents? I only had 2 parents.
But like your parents' age, you know, that
sound like I'm Freddy Krueger.
When you were a kid.
You're the son of a 1,000 bastard fathers.
When you were a kid.
People that were your parents.
When you were a kid, people that were your parents' age and like grown-ups, they listened to Red Fox and they listened to you know,
Red
comedy.
Fox, Richard Pryor.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
I know the whole list. Red Fox, Richard Pryor, Rudy Ray Moore.
All the greats.
You know, Pygmy, Marker, Moms, Mabley. That's all the comedy, the black comedy, and some of them were classified as blue comedy. You know what I'm saying? But those are all the comedians that had albums. When I was a kid, Bill Cosby, you know, all these guys had albums, and you know, when I was a kid, those albums ended up somewhere in my life where it wasn't that I was paying attention to them like Eddie was.
So what is the feeling? What is the feeling when you go into work on the movie Harlem Nights with a couple of those greats, with Richard Pryor?
What did it feel like to me?
Yeah, for sure.
Great, man, great. I mean, you know, I didn't get to know Richard Pryor as well as I got to know Red Fox. And that was because Richard Pryor first was diagnosed with MS on Harlem Nights. He fell ill on the movie, you know. So even though he was a dope dude and all that, his energy was, you know, he's Richard, you know what I'm saying, forever. When I met him was when he was beginning to physically degenerate. And you know, there's things that go along with it that's very personal. So you can't get to know a person as well as, you know, you knew that they was healthy.
Sure.
Yeah, he was dealing with that.
Sure.
On the other hand, Red Fox was full of life, vibrant, and red, you know?
Right.
And so we would go to his trailer.
Right.
And he would always make it very special. Trust me.
I'm sure.
Let me tell you something. It's a true story. Red Fox. I was in this trailer, right? And Red Fox. I don't have, you know, most black men can identify with this. Your grandfather been dead. You know what I'm saying? You know grandma. Not very many people have a grandpa. You know what I'm saying? And you know, both of them, and my grandfathers. I don't even know either one of them. I know all my grandmothers, and so you know, it's a lot of. I have a lot of surrogate grandfathers. I like to listen to old men tell me how it went down. You know, the same thing that young boys despise, like when an old motherfucker's telling them something. You know, I don't hear this shit, nigga. But see, I'm old enough to know that a lot of those young boys never lived with me my age because they didn't listen. Because they came here thinking they knew something. And it's about learning something. You don't just know something. You gotta learn it. Okay? And I always knew that, and I always had this thing with this affinity for older men to listen. And when old men tell me stories, it's the best. And you know, Red Fox was that. He had me, you know, mesmerized. And you know, I introduced him to a friend, a childhood friend. Now this particular friend, he had a rotten tooth for 16 years. Right? Imagine if you look at me right now, and right here is just one black tooth. Right here. Everything else is what you see. But right now, just one, it's black. You'd ask yourself, why is it don't just get the shit fixed, man? Damn, you know, you'd have a nice smile if you got that one black tooth. Put some, you know, fingernail polish on it or something.
Some white out.
White out, something, motherfucker. It's black.
So
let me finish telling you the story. So this motherfucker's tooth was black. It was 16 years, and he came to LA and we were shooting Harlem Nights. And I introduced him to Red Fox. I said, Red Fox, this is my friend Woody Miller. And Red Fox did 45 minutes of stand-up, premium stand-up on Woody Miller's tooth and one black tooth. He never got off it. He never talked about, oh yeah, his feet. No. He stayed right there. That's the sound of the crashing. Right here, he was on his tooth. Okay? For 45 minutes! People were screaming, tables flipping over. It was incredible. And the very next day, Woody Miller went to the dentist and got his tooth fixed.
Because of Red
Real story that happened. Red Fox made
Comedy
this
helps.
go to the dentist
Comedy helps
and
you.
get your tooth fixed. Get your tooth fixed. Because if your tooth is black, that's a toothless. That's not even a teeth or a tooth. It's a toothless.
Toothless for a doofus.
For a doofus. Or somebody with no insurance. But then being that Barack chain shit, now you get health care. Before they repeal that shit, go to the dentist, my brother.
Hurry up.
You got free health care, bitch. Get some teeth.
It ain't happening.
So you got the Charlie Murphy I Will Not Apologize. You have the book, Makings of a Stand-Up Guy. And now tell me about Charlie Murphy's Crash Comedy.
Well, Charlie Murphy's Crash Comedy is, that was, anybody who you see in any of those videos, that's my crew, all right? And it's the Crash Comedy. Those are all the comedians that I love and respect, and I feel they should be famous. That's why it's like, well, listen, I know I'm famous, so when I do something, who I work with is gonna be based on who I think should have what I got. The exact same thing. And that's the reason why Crash Comedy was what it was, and that's the reason why it came out. The people who I called in, and those are my friends, and when some of the, you may not understand the relationship of why friendship works. Like I told you with Donnell Rollins is an evil, he's Schmeagle. He's unhappy. Right now he's probably crying, right now. He's probably curled up, crying in a ball. He been vomiting tonight, and it has all to do with his hatred of another human being. Because I know right now he's in the fetal position, wherever he's at. And he's thinking of somebody. What is creating that whole ball of acid in his gut is the hatred of another comedian. And that's why it's funny. And it's also acceptable because it's funny to me. I'm laughing at you, nigga. Like I know when you sleep at night, you hold your chest, breathe. And you're thinking about comedians. I don't know who you may be thinking about, but I know a lot of motherfuckers you hate. And you have liquid dumps the next morning and all this, taking, taking Tums and all this. If the day I take Tums because of another man, it's time to commit suicide. Okay? That's all I gotta say. Imagine seeing a motherfucker and you gotta pop a Tums because he walked in the room. Get the fuck out of here, man. A man walks in the room and you take Tums because he walked in. You should commit suicide. It's over. I'll put a diving board on the bridge for you, man. So you can be fly.
Tie a rocket to your back. Die.
But it's his level of competitiveness. That has something to do with testosterone and all that. You know what I'm saying? He's a competitive person, man. Me and him are good friends. I understand him, he understands me. And that's the reason why, most people don't like him. I'm not talking about women, I'm talking about men. He probably doesn't give a fuck. He gets a woman if he wants. I'm saying, as far as men, camaraderie with men, like me, I have a lot of male friends because men, or put it like this, I'm a man's man. You know what that means? Men like me. You know why men like me? Because all men grow up to a edit, or you know what I'm saying? It's like we have a code, a man code. You know what I'm saying? They even made a joke about it with a commercial about beer. That shit is real, it's a man code. And motherfuckers understand when they get around Brutus, Duke, man. You understand? If you're a man, if you're a young man, you gonna respect a man. And you have to respect a man because a man is the reason why we're here. Point blank. We ain't into sex. We wanna fuck. I think it was left up to women who would survive. I don't think I want to give it up yet. Oh, really? Bitch.
Tell me about Aaron Magruder and how he got hooked up with Boondocks.
Aaron Magruder is a bad motherfucker, man. The Boondocks cartoon strip, okay, it's been around for a long time, and I was a fan of the strip before the show got made. And Aaron Magruder, you know, was a fan of CB4 and the Players Club and things that I've done. And so he contacted me and he connected me. And I appreciate that. You know why? Because the Boondocks is a successful venture. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that someone who was doing something that was blue ribbon called me up and said, we want you to be a part of it, and it's blue ribbon. Yo, man, I can't give nothing but love. And big up to Aaron Magruder, man. You think the Boondocks is the only cartoon that I was on? Nah. That's my point. You think the Boondocks is the only voiceover I ever did? No. And we're not even talking about the other because it don't matter. A lot of stuff that I've done is underground. You think about it. You know, Vampire in Brooklyn is underground. Okay? CB4 is underground. You know? Because of CB4, you know, I don't care if you're a rapper, you know, you gotta respect Charlie Murphy because that movie CB4 is glorifying what you do.
Nas rapped about it.
It's glorifying. Nas this, he said, it's fake CB4.
Fake thug, no love, you get the slug. CB4 gusto, your luck low. I didn't know till I was drunk though. You freak niggas played out, get fucked and ate out.
I heard that lyric, fake gusto, CB4. And because I played gusto, you know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying. He was talking about Chris Rock's character. When he said fake gusto, CB4, but he said it's so fly. I want to whip his ass. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I know he was talking about Chris Rock. He wasn't talking about me. He was talking about Chris Rock. Chris Rock was the fake gusto in CB4. But when he said fake gusto CB4, I was like, hey, nigga. And what? I said, what? Huh? But Nas is good people, man, you know what I'm saying? I met him. We hung out.
Big up to Nas.
Big up to Nas. Hey, yo, man. It's Charlie Murphy, Freez Luv. EventLevel.com. Check it out. They planted seeds in his hat, sparkling the flame. Yo, Charlie Murphy, Freez Luv, TooBigTV.com. Yo, check it out.
For TooBigTV.com.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Faggot. Nigga.
Sissy.
Alright, Event Level.
That shit was funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Murphy.
Jumping in this rap game was harder than I thought, but look at me, I still sparkle when I walk, shine emotional.